What up, Track Cat family? Welcome back to another blessed and positive day, another great day. Now, before we get into today's video, little fit check. Got a Pop Smoke vintage tee. Got some Levi's on. I went ahead and I went McQueen's. I'm excited to do the 4-month review for y'all real quick because we did get Big Z when she was stock. Now that we've had so much done to her, and we've had stuff done to her that we've taken off, like the carbon hood. We didn't take off the carbon inserts, the carbon inlays, because those are really, really nice. I also had my wrap guy go ahead and do a carbon lip for me, and we kind of switched up the lip midway. We've did a lot, and I think we've owned her for about like 4 or 5 months. We did a lot within the last 4 or 5 months. Now she's catless with the tune. The first thing I want to start off with is drivability, because that's the main thing that you're looking for when you're getting one of these cars, is how it drives. The handling, the way the seating position is set up, it all goes hand in hand. The way the weight is balanced on this car is nuts. It's insane. So drivability on this car is excellent. The next thing I want to touch on has to go hand in hand with drivability, and that's comfortability. Now, this is a touchy subject because this car is comfortable for certain people, and let's just say smaller people, and that's because of these seats. These seats, y'all. Don't get me wrong, they look super good. Recaro seats, Alcantara, got the red lining in there. I added my little touch with the color match emblem. Y'all see that they're bolstered, so they're very small. That makes the sides very small. They are smaller seats, like my passenger even more so. It's smaller because it doesn't get used as much. And there's not very much room in the cockpit. Really like a fighter jet type of vehicle, which is super dope, and it gives a dope vibe if you can fit in here. This thing looks so small when I first got it that I didn't think I could fit in here. So that is why I'm saying that. It's really all on a person, because you can squeeze in this mug and make it comfortable for you and ride out and feel so good and it's so nutty. You won't even trip like that. You honestly won't even trip. It's all on the person, but Big Z is very comfortable. The back seat is a different story. Not much space at all. Like, let me just show y'all exactly what I'm talking about, because some of y'all are probably looking into the ZL1 and like, I want to get one. Can I fit my kiddo back there? If he's older, maybe like 10, 12, and he's like getting some height on him, I don't know. Let me show y'all what it looks like back here. It's like non-existent. I can scoot this seat up a little bit. Right? We will. Let me move my phone out the way. Scoot it up a bit. And look, the driver can ride closer to the steering wheel to sacrifice for their passenger in the back. I've had to do this before. And then you could fit, like, you can fit your legs down there. You can ride a little bit, maybe about 30 minutes to an hour. If you do that, you got a little bit of leg room. But the stitching and the attention to detail, these are Recaro back seats, so that is a plus. The next thing is very important. Brakes. These brakes and rotors, big Brembo brakes, and I like how they're gray to match the rims. I really like the color on the brakes. The brake and rotor setup on this car is off the chain, and the rotors are not slotted, so it allows you to be able to resurface them. And this is what I was talking about, how the Brembo caliber is gray to match the rims. The back brakes are a little smaller, as always, but having Brembo brakes on this car just allows for so much more stopping power. It adds so much more style to the car itself. Maintenance: resurface the rotors, change the brake pads out. I had to change the front brake pads out because one of them cracked, and I just didn't want to change one of them. I mean, you can't, it'll break weird. So I went ahead and I changed both of the front pads out, which wasn't expensive at all, but I don't have to worry about changing the front brake pads out for a little minute. I want to touch on something that you can only see from the inside perspective now. The windshield is small. The visibility is something that you will have to get used to. Windshield's kind of small, and it's kind of like slanted. The windows. Got a window to the side of you. You don't really have a window to look out like, your blind spot. So you got to use these mirrors, and you do have blind spot monitors on the mirror. The back window is small also, so it makes looking out of this mirror very hard, especially with the 360 cam stick that I will be incorporating in the vlog soon. Y'all will be seeing a lot of footage from that. The visibility is a little bit different, but it's something you can get used to. It's not that it's hard to see out of. It's just that it's set up different. It's just set up different than any regular car. And honestly, a lot of cars on the market aren't set up like this. Not with this type of visibility. The visibility is talked about with the ZL1s a lot, as not being able to see out of, you can see out of this car. You're just going to have to get used to it. Now, another thing in the interior. This is if the Z is spec'd like this. You will get this. The carbon fiber dash, probably one of the nicest things about this interior. And just like rolling and seeing this dash, it just adds a different vibe to the car. When you're rolling down the street, you kind of glance over at the carbon fiber and the sun might hit it a certain way where the carbon fiber is just hitting crazy. Something else I want to touch on about the interior is these door handles. Y'all gonna have to get used to these door handles. I like them. I really, really like them and I dig it. I dig the styling and what they tried to do. Almost like little pull tabs. But, they're like this plastic metal material, which is dope. Super, super dope. Like, I get used to pulling down here because on the Charger Cat, it's right here. So I'll be like pulling down here sometimes and then I gotta get and pull right there. But I love how the styling on the door handles is. It's just something that you're going to use a lot. This is something that you're going to use a lot. Just getting in and out of the car. Another thing I want to touch on, and it has to do with having the Z on. Ambient lighting. And it's going to really set the vibe when you're driving the car, especially at night. There's so many different ambient lighting settings for this car. And if y'all didn't know where the ambient lighting was and like where it comes out of, I'm going to show y'all. On the sides right here, as y'all can see, I have the white on so y'all can see it. And then up around here, and I think this is actually purple. It just looks white right now, how it looks on camera. Also around here and on that side. There's so many different options for them. Hit the home, hit lighting, go ahead and hit light strip, and it shows all the different color options that we can do. And then we can also do, let's go back. We can do show mode, which you can only do when the car is like sitting in this island like this. And that'll basically go through all the different colors. As you can see, it's fading. And it's going through a whole bunch of different colors right now. But look at all the different options that we do have for colors. And this is going to really set the vibe when it comes to riding at night. Another thing is the steering wheel. This Alcantara steering wheel is crazy. Just the way it feels in hand when taking the turns. This is probably one of the best steering wheels when it comes to performance. Just driving, more of a driver's steering wheel. And it does have red stitching. It just enhances the way it looks. I also want to touch on the sound system. The sound system is off the chain. It does have the Bose. If y'all are wondering about the audio system when getting this car, don't worry. It is off the chain. It is almost too much for the car. I will be doing another part to this video just because I will find out more stuff that I'm going to love just off of owning this car for more time. Now, the last thing that I want to touch on for this video is the power plant that this car sits on. This big V8, 6.2 liter supercharged V8. And I went ahead and I added the intake so I can hear that whine. And on that note, stay blessed, stay positive, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Love y'all.